Welcome, Taurus, to your 2020 reading. It's going to be a very powerful year astrologically. I don't think we've seen so many powerful collaborations of planetary energy for a long, long time. So powerful times for us all. It's going to affect us all in different ways. So I am really thrilled to be doing these readings. We're going to be drawing 6 runes first, which is way more than we normally do, but that's what I'm hearing. Before I start and draw those, just welcome back, guys, to all of you who are already following, subscribing, sharing, liking. Your comments have blown me away, your authenticity, your integrity, the sharing of your journeys, and the support of one another, as well as your support of me. So thank you. Namaste. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Anyone new to the channel, I'm Jenny Florence, and yeah, do please consider subscribing. I put an awful lot of free resources into the world, so you can check into the information box below for news of that. And in the build up to Christmas, I'm going to be giving away some really a lot of extra stuff to some of my subscribers. I'll be doing a draw literally every week, so just watch this space for those announcements. So guys, let's just begin. Let's draw some runes and see what flavour the year is promising for Taurus. Okay, our first rune, we have the rune of initiation. Very powerful energy. This rune speaks of the eagle soaring free. It speaks of unexpected surprises, gains, rewards, things that you didn't expect or anticipate. It also speaks of, the reason it's a rune of initiation, it's like a rite of passage. And it speaks of, it's like a very personal journey. It means things are going on behind the scenes that are not easily shared. I think if we are emerging, it's what I'm really hearing. It's like emerging from a chrysalis state. I'm seeing quite a clear kind of picture, actually, of exactly that. It's as if you guys have been in some kind of process of evolution from which you emerge. That's what I'm actually hearing that's connected to this rune. And there are, when we say hidden forces, it's kind of like the universe. I want to say the universe has your back. That's the energy here. So let's draw some more. They kind of sort of stick to you. They stick to your fingers, and yeah, here we go. We have 2. We have the rune of movement. This is interesting because this is slow, steady progress. It speaks of transitions, of transit. Sometimes it actually talks about new dwelling places. It's the bettering of any situation. Sometimes people do literally move house if we're looking at this in a personal reading. It speaks of new attitudes. This is really interesting because that's what I was hearing, this emergence from a chrysalis state. It's as if you've been involved in some process of transformation and you emerge from that and begin to move into an entirely new space, actually. We then have the rune of protection. Now this rune speaks of kind of accelerated changes and a need to be managing the emotions, the ups and downs, the highs and lows during the highs and lows. Well, I guess a low does feel like a load. The highs and lows of emotions at times of change. Change is difficult for us as human beings. I think even when it's a change that we really want, we often struggle with that. We get anxiety and we worry, we can be a little bit fixed. We prefer to sort of be safe and steady and know where we are. Changes, well, they feel unknown, they feel, yeah, a little bit scary sometimes. The rune of protection is lovely. It also says if you are anxious or you have intense emotions, don't deny them. If something surfaces that causes you to have a powerful emotional response, don't sweep it under the carpet, because it will come back later and kind of bite you on the bum, really. So if something surfaces, look at it, because it's giving you kind of pretty good information, basically. Let's draw some more runes. Now we have the rune of opening. This is a rune of fire, of torch, of renewed clarity. It speaks of the need for clear intentions and concentration. Interestingly enough, if this connects to a relationship, it speaks of non-attached giving. It's like being in what I would call a relationship which is free of jealousy, free of the petty kind of daily stuff that people get involved in, you know, the drama, the pettiness. It's a relationship of, I want to say, mutuality in giving and receiving. It's a relationship of equality, actually. That's what I'm hearing. Let's draw more runes. Okay. 2 more. We have the rune of fertility, new beginnings. This is like a joyful deliverance, a new pathway. It speaks of the completion of beginnings. This is coming back to this chrysalis state again. I feel as though for this, you know, this is the energy of this year. This is the energy of 2020. You emerge from something. What I'm feeling is it's something you have been working at over time. You emerge from it. We then have the rune of joy, of light. This is a fruit-bearing rune. A shift has occurred. It's like the meeting of heaven and earth, new clarity. It also says sometimes you may change your plans, but if you need to change your plans or you are called to do so, that it is right and proper. It's the right thing to do. There's definitely a profound energy of shift. It doesn't feel as though it's a sudden shift. It doesn't feel like you just break out or you break free. It feels like a steady evolution. Literally that process of the chrysalis sitting and gradually the butterfly emerges, slowly but surely, steady progress, emerging, taking it one step at a time, sudden opportunities, possible transitions, moves to different places, whatever is going on for you guys individually. You are asked to keep clear intent and concentration and allow things to emerge at their own pace. Don't try to force anything. If a butterfly tried to force its way out of the chrysalis state too quickly, it would damage itself. It would damage its kind of beauty, its delicacy. It's as though something quite magical is emerging. You're coming through something that has lingered actually for quite a while. And the promise of this year is the opportunity to emerge from that. But I think it's a steady emergence. But my goodness me, the rune of joy, fruit bearing, light, a shift has occurred, the meeting, as I said, of heaven and earth. Changing plans, but changing for the better. Again, movement, the bettering of any situation. I sort of feel it's almost going to be the image that I'm being given, actually, aside from the one of the butterfly emerging. It's a bit like if you had made a decision that you were going to climb a mountain and that was your ambition. You need to keep clear intention and concentration on the route. But the pathway is steady. you move to sort of base camp, then you move up another stage, then you move up another stage, but you are always bettering the situation, you are always moving forwards. I'm not hearing delays, I'm not hearing hindrances. It is that steady progress, but at every stage it's like new fertility, new beginnings, fruit bearing, unexpected or sort of gains, rewards that you hadn't seen coming. That's the kind of energy of this. Literally, it's uphill all the way, but not in a negative way. Uphill in terms of achievement, in terms of reward, in terms of gain, in terms of bettering any situation. Really lovely, lovely energy. It's warm. There's a real richness to this. I'm coming up with all kinds of analogies, but it feels like you know, like a magnificent dinner that you have one course and then another course and then another course, and every one is somehow a little bit better than the one before. It's that kind of emergence. I'm going to put the runes down. I'm actually going to move them right up here so that we can see where we're going, and make room for all of our cards. And I'm actually going to draw a spirit animal card alongside these just to see what kind of energy is around you. This is interesting. We have Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. That is a very, very powerful message, especially given this rune of initiation. Something hidden, powerful forces at work, the eagle soaring free. The extraordinary power of this card, it has the most incredible energy, actually, as I sit here, and I'm really hearing a very clear message. Part of what you have been processing, I think, as part of your chrysalis state, is managing different perceptions of things. Now, this is a real human thing. We all build perceptions, we all make assessments. Our past inevitably colours the lens through which we look at life. It's like you get to be free of something. Something's held you back. Something has, you've been working at it for a long time, but something has held you back in some way. This is the year you get to actually put that down in its entirety. That's what I'm really, really hearing. I'm actually being called to draw from one of the angel packs, the relationship angel oracle cards. I love these cards. So we have a card of wedding. It says this situation involves marriage. This is an interesting energy given what we're saying. I want to say this card comes with a series of mixed messages. They're not mixed messages, they're different possibilities if you read the little book that comes with these cards. But I'm getting quite a powerful message coming through with this. Whatever it is that you guys have been working through, I think it has impacted on you. It's either like a legacy that's come through from other people. It's connected to relationship. That's why we've drawn this card of wedding. Now, for some of you, it may be that you move into a space, you genuinely do find a life partner, that a wedding is on the cards. For some people, it can indicate that you meet a life partner at a wedding. For some people, it also indicates that there's a need to sort of work through some kind of parental legacy, some legacy that has impacted maybe on your own relationships, or either within you or within a partner. Either way, there's some connection to relationship that you're emerging from. Something's held you back. It may be that you have had some legacy from the past, some aspect of your own history that's got in the way of you being able to progress into a relationship in a way where you're kind of free to be yourself. It's back to this eagle soaring free kind of vision again. So we'll draw from one of the tarot packs next. Oh, wow. This is really interesting. We have the card of the Magician. This is curious because this has just come up in the Aries reading as well. It's kind of like, I sort of feel like this year, I don't know whether this will come through in every sign, but it's like, I think this year is a year where the astrological energy really connects with us and offers us the possibility to be very conscious about the things that we ourselves are actually in the process of co-creating. You know, the Magician asks us to get clear. And very, very interesting. Get clear. This rune of opening. Renew clarity. Get clear on your intentions and be concentrated in your efforts. Don't allow yourself to be swayed. Get clear and hold fast to your pathway. That's what I'm really hearing. Lovely energy of new beginnings. The Ace of Wands. This means it's like there's a surge of creative energy available for you for new beginnings. Again, I think you're emerging from something. I find this really fascinating, having given you the analogy of, let me just get that card up so you can see it, the analogy of the mountain, because behind this guy, you know, not only is he carrying a torch, but there are mountains behind him, and he is standing on some kind of a mountain top above the clouds. You know, he's achieved that climb. You know, the sort of golden fleece that he has over his shoulders is one of reward, of gain, of achievement, of success. He holds the world in one hand. It's like the world is his oyster. This really is a profound, I've known it's a profound year for people, but guys, Taurus, Taurus rising, moon in Taurus, or as I said, if you're cross-watching for a Taurian, you get to process something that has been holding you back, and it frees you up. It gives you the vision you need, but you are going to need to, hold your intentions. Stay firmly on your course. Don't allow people to kind of pull the wool over your eyes. And I don't mean that negatively. I'm not suggesting that anybody is going to set out to do that. It's more the energy of, comes back to relationships again. When we meet people, we often kind of see what we want to see. That's what falling in love is all about. You're being asked to move to a space of kind of realness. I don't mean realness where we feel defeated. I mean realness where we really, really stand in a position of empowerment because we can see things clearly. We can love someone for who they are. We're not deluded by anything. We know who they are. We know who we are. It's a phenomenally powerful position to be in. That sort of, there's authenticity here. As I said, it feels like this emergence. Let's draw more cards. Okay, we have the High Priestess. So guys, I'm going to say decisions will need to be made. Judgments. I don't mean judgments in terms of judging someone. I'm talking about evaluation. And I think for some of you, it's interesting, back to that chrysalis state, the climbing of the mountain. I think you leave something behind, but you leave it behind by choice. And the reason you leave it behind by choice, and just make sure we're still in camera, the reason you leave it behind by choice is because you get clear on what it is you're actually looking for. And whatever it is you leave behind, it's part of that evolution to a higher space where truth transcends illusion. You are leaving something behind. It could be an attitude, it could actually be a somebody, or some of you may even move home, but one way or the other, everything is about moving into a space where everything becomes better and better and better. And you make those choices. This is the manifestation aspect of the reading. It's kind of like, it's like you emerge to a place where you start to make choices that are really sound. That's what I want to say. If you've ever made choices that you felt were inappropriate, look at them as being part of your learning. That's what's got you to where you are today. But you're kind of in this space of, emergence, where you see things as they are. You're in a very empowered position as this year progresses. Fertility, joy, phenomenal position to strike out and make new beginnings. I also want to say, trust your intuition. This really is about moving, truth transcends illusion. I said about not letting anyone pull the wool over your eyes. Trust your intuition. That's your guiding light here. That's what it's almost like if you're moving up the mountain. I'm just going to make some space because we're drawing a couple more cards of these. If you're moving up the mountain and you find yourself in fog, this is as we travel through 2020, if you hit a patch of fog, trust your intuition. You'll know which way to go. It's really about, really connecting in with that aspect of yourselves. Oh, wow, guys, this is lovely. Card of success. Card of good fortune. Don't let it go to your head, guys. And a card of travel too. Really interesting. This is new journeys, new opportunities, new horizons. This is a card of success. It's a card of reward. It's a card of gain. It's often a card of material gain. It can sometimes mean that somebody comes into our lives who is established, solid, steady. They know what they want. Again, they've got that sense of personal achievement. But I kind of feel as though this is your energy, if I'm honest. Sometimes someone comes into our lives because it's to sort of help us to get in touch with that part of us that needs to get grounded and allow ourselves to receive success. But I think this is you guys emerging from that chrysalis state in your own unique individual ways. The energy for you is literally to emerge from whatever you have been working at. You're coming out the other side. Fertility, new beginnings, new horizons, new opportunities. We'll draw from the other tarot pack. Loving this. Loving this card. 9 of Cups, happiness. This is emotional freedom. This is the same as the eagle soaring free, surprises, gains, rewards. In terms of the art of manifestation, this is like you come out of this chrysalis state. When you're in a chrysalis state, you're wrapped up, you're bound by something or to something, and therefore you're not free to receive. This is emotional freedom. It's like blocks removed. You're available to draw to you that which you desire. It sits under this card of the Magician and the Ace of Wands. It's connecting the energy of both of these. Rewards, again, achievement, success, rewards, choices. Yes, you do leave something behind. It's like a phase of your life, I think, you leave behind. And rightly so. You start to step into a place where the energy is available for you. You've done that piece of work. You emerge. The Empress, lovely. Card of gestation, of motherhood. Again, it's like a card of pregnancy. That chrysalis state energy, again, moving up the mountain stage by stage. It's always getting better and better and better. This gradual growth. Guys, if you notice anything that emerges this year that is holding you back, Acknowledge it, lean into it. This is the energy of this rune of protection. Don't deny anything. Don't immerse yourself in the emotionality of anything. Allow your emotions to guide you. They work as a phenomenal sat-nav system when you get to know them. And again, trust your intuition. But yeah, again, it's emergence. Everything in this reading is about emergence. I love, that the word emergence comes from, I think, emergence and emergency come from the same sort of Latin origins. And I sometimes think it's out of emergency that we emerge. I don't know that you guys are in emergency, but I think you have been, some of you will have been in a state of emergency with a lot of emotional turmoil. I know, Taurus, a lot of you guys have had some major upheavals to have to deal with. I think you have begun to enter into a phase where things are a little more stable, but there's still emergence to come. But it does feel like it's this constant progression forwards and upwards, which is just, it's got a lovely energy. Oh wow, to have the 9 of Cups and now the 10. This is kind of like this completion. This is, we let things go, we allow the energy to flow through us. We get our own energetic resonance. It's like keeping our energy clean. For me, this card is a bit like, this is how you would feel after a Reiki session. When you go and all your blocks are removed and your energy is aligned and your chakras are all lined up and the energy flows. And because of that, the universe can start to bring things to you. The energy can flow through you to draw to you the things that you desire. This is the manifestation aspect, the energy being with you for new beginnings, for fertility. You do have to leave aspects of yourself, attitudes, sometimes maybe even dwelling places and things behind. But this is a card of completion, of contentment, of success, of happiness. It's a wonderful card, 10 of Cups. And I'm going to just say, guys, much deserved. Oh, wow, lovely, loving this energy. 3 of Discs works. Again, it's this slow, steady, always the bettering of every situation. It's the same energy. The card of Works is like a card of reassurance. It says anything that you commit to, sitting here under the card of Success, King of Cups, the 8 of Wands, new horizons, new journeys, new opportunities, new chapters in life. The card of Works says that anything that you commit to, again, openings, clear intent and concentration, anything you commit to with slow and gradual progress, it will succeed. Simply make a commitment and do the work. And as long as you are prepared to do the work, this card comes as an assurance that the outcome will be one of success. This is lovely, a lovely, rich, steady. It's really interesting as a 2020 reading. I feel like there's a cycle here. It's almost like a farmer deciding what he's going to sow, tilling and preparing the soil, sowing the seeds, nurturing the seeds, doing a bit of weeding along the way, allowing them to grow, and eventually getting to this space of harvest. It's just got this phenomenal energy, like you will get to the top of that mountain. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. I'm going to now draw a couple of cards to just see the energy of the dynamics of people around you. 2 cards have immediately come up. We have the card of Destiny and the 8 of Earth. I'm just going to position them there and make sure they are still in camera for us. So let's just talk you through these cards. The card of Destiny is amazing. It talks about overcoming obstacles, leading a life of meaning, of purpose, following your destiny, finding answers, finding your purpose in life. It's a beautiful card. It also, interestingly enough, says break the chain. So anything that's been holding you back, again, it's coming through this chrysalis state. Anything that has been holding you back, it's time to let it go. Find your direction, follow your intuition. Very interesting, because we then have the 8 of Earth, which is about growth, manifestation. This card invites you to do what you love. It speaks of success, wealth, love, making plans for the future. Losing the lack mentality. Don't be hung up on having and not having. Again, it's about freeing yourself of anything within you that has stopped you from being able to receive that which you desire. Particularly, I'm going to say potentially for some of you in relationship. That's what I'm really hearing. And now we're going to draw from the Art of Manifestation cards. Oh, goodness me. I was about to say, and see what they show up. One has just leapt out. Believe in yourself. You are important. Guys, really powerful in terms of exactly what we've just been saying. Anything that holds you back, keeps you in a mentality of lack in terms of any aspect of your lives, you know. You are all unique individual people. Your own desires are important. Follow it. Follow what you love. Trust in what you love. Trust that your destiny is to be happy, to allow yourself to be free of things that have held you back. You are important. You are lovable. You are special. You are a unique and extraordinary person. Wherever you've come from and whatever has happened to you in the past, it is time to let go of any negative perceptions that you may carry about yourself. I just received quite a powerful message regarding this dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. It's not just connected to things like falling in love, where we see in people what we want to see. It's about believing in yourself. It's let go of any illusions that you are not worthy and any beliefs that connect to that. Really, really time to, and also to let go of anything that you have been, any messages that you were given in relationship, whether to a partner or messages that you gained in your childhood. One way or the other, it connects back here. Any messages even that you received through the role models of the people around you that may have diminished your belief in yourself. It's time to let go of those. Transcend the illusion. You are important, you are lovable, you are special, you are worthy. Move beyond those limitations. Literally climb that mountain of self-worth. We have a card that says forgiveness of others. I'm guessing some of you really did experience some pretty powerful stuff that left its mark. This card says forgiveness does not mean that something bad that happened to us was okay. Forgiveness means that we choose to move beyond the experience and to release any ongoing need for retribution. In doing so, we no longer need to keep the memory of what happened alive within us. This choice reinstates our entitlement to be in charge of our own lives. It's a very powerful message. If we have ever been badly treated, the legacy of that really can linger. And even from an energetic point of view, it's like the resonance of it can stay with us and it can block us from receiving. Letting go of the past does not mean that we validate somebody else's actions. It just means that we choose to move beyond it and to empower ourselves to manifest for ourselves a different life and a different experience. Very powerful message here for you guys. And I'm hearing some of you have genuinely been so significantly hurt, and it's been really, really hard to let go. It's not that you don't want to. I mean, it's also so hard because sometimes we love people and they hurt us, and that love keeps that connection going as well. I have a lovely energy here, look. I'm going to move these along because we're going to be drawing a few more cards from this pack, I think, before we wrap up. Imperfection. In our goal-driven world, we can seek to blame whenever things do not run smoothly, and yet it is our imperfections that make our human lives the perfect vessel for the evolution of the soul. Strive to be the best that you can be. Cherish your mistakes and those of others, and honour the learning to be found in every experience. This is really interesting because I think for me, that recognition that mistakes and adversity are the way that we often gain our greatest learning, often our process of evolution, that kind of enables us to step up and be the best we can be, that enables us to go through that chrysalis process and emerge as the most extraordinary butterfly. It often comes from difficult circumstances. Do you know, I can honestly say every personal hero that I have, I mean the real life heroes, every single one of them is amazing, and they're amazing because they've come through difficulty and challenge. They've risen beyond it. Again, it's the initiation, the flight of the eagle soaring free. I feel like this is a liberation year for you guys. Yes, absolutely. And it is about standing up for yourself, believing in yourself. We have the card of stand your ground. This card brings a clear message, whether in pragmatic action or in holding firm to your own principles and to your own opinions. Whatever your situation, do not give way. This is not a time to back down. The time is right for you to hold your own and stand your ground. Absolutely, do not put up with anything less than you deserve. That is the overall message and flavour. Again, every step of the way uphill, all the time. This is interesting. It's going to be a year of action again, and this is about you taking action. Don't sit back and be passive. Steady progress, slow, steady progress. We have a card that says take action now. This is a clear and unequivocal message that action on your part is needed now. Manifestation is not simply a process of visioning in and dreaming about your desires. When an opportunity is offered to you, you must also take action. Pay attention to the signs and move forwards fearlessly. New energy is available. Guys, I know this is quite a long reading, but I have a message coming through quite clearly, which is it's the moving forwards fearlessly and the taking action. Opportunities sometimes come in. We tend to look at opportunities and miracles as, if a miracle happens, it's something that we kind of desired and therefore it appears, a bit like sort of, winning the lottery or something. Actually, the greatest miracles often come in disguise. Sometimes if something challenging happens, it is a miracle because actually retrospectively it causes us to change course. Again, to emerge from something. If you're climbing that mountain, you might find an easier way. You just didn't know that you were going to. There's something about needing to take action and have the courage to move forwards. Progress is really, really promised. So much liberation here. This is what it feels like. It's liberation from something or some aspect of the past or some aspect of you, some belief system that's been holding you back, something that someone told you or someone put you in there. I would say put you in your place, but it wasn't your place. It was a place that they put you because they had an agenda of their own. And that doesn't mean that they were, some of them might have been setting out to be hurtful. A lot of the time people don't set out to be hurtful. They're just messed up and they bring difficulties into our lives when we're in contact with them. Hence the card of forgiveness of others. I'm actually going to conclude this reading with some cards from one of the Archangel pack. Well, this is interesting. We have a hello from heaven. Archangel Azrael, your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. That is always a lovely energy to have around, just to let you know that people around you are okay, the people you've lost are okay. I am wondering if some of you have actually experienced loss, and that's part of what you're needing to emerge from in this chrysalis state. Loss is an emotional journey. We can't hurry it. I think I'm hearing that very clearly. This is coming for some of you who have experienced loss, and you are being given the support and the guidance to move on and beyond. I would also just add in I know I said at the beginning, I put a lot of free resources into the world. I have a whole library, the A to Z of emotional health. The link is in the information box below. There is a playlist also on the YouTube channel of a series of videos that literally talk you through the process of the emotional process of bereavement. You know, grieving is not an intellectual process, it's an emotional journey. I'm also having a message that for some people what you're moving from is connected to having to let go of someone who treated you badly. I need to say that's still a bereavement. We go through the same experiences, it's just they're still in the world somewhere, but we still have to go through that process. For some of you, it's a process of letting go of a situation or a legacy or a belief pattern, but for a lot of you, there's been something that's connected to someone that you're having to let go of, whether that is through bereavement or through the bereavement of the breakup of a relationship or letting go of someone who didn't treat you well. But this is the journey this year. You emerge, you stand up, stand your ground, you become, you move beyond. Really, this is lovely, this wonderful earth energy, growth, manifestation, do what you love, success, wealth, love, make plans for the future, lose the lack mentality, let go of anything that says you can't have. And this is a lovely card to conclude with. Remember who you are. Archangel Michael, you are a powerful, loving and creative child of God. You are very loved. Again, so much reassurance, guys, is being offered to you on this journey of, it feels very much like you manifesting you into the next phase of your life, but it's like manifesting you into whatever you want to be. What would you like in your life? Being your authentic self, allowing yourself to shine in spite of anything that you have ever been through. This is, as I said, it feels like a reading of emergence. Guys, so much love to you. And do feel free to return at any time in the year to this reading if you're wanting to check back in with it. I will make sure it's in a 2020 readings playlist. So if you connect to the channel, you should be able to find it quite easily. So much love. I just want to say this is so deserved. This process you've been going through, I can actually literally feel it in my body. It's like you have worked to get to here, whether that is through a process of bereavement, of loss, of processing challenges. Every challenge we face as we move on involves the letting go of something as we move to a new chapter. But success is promised, gain is promised. It's a process of working, keeping your intentions clear, staying steadily on your course. Guys, it's a rich and rewarding energy here. Overcoming any issues of lack or self-worth. It's like you get to stand up and be you. Just awesome. Really, really awesome. So much love, guys.